I'm Isa Buchanan, MP for Portland Eastern. I want people to understand that there was devastation in Portland Eastern. There are persons who are homeless as we speak. As it is right now, we are a country where resources are scarce. When it comes to the concept of support Jamaica and funneling all resources through the government, that is an impossibility and not realistic. So much so that I have gone on, by taking guidance from the diaspora, to start a GoFundMe. Being on the ground in Manchester, being in Fellowship, Bellevue, Comfort Castle, Millbank, where there are just total disaster. And it is the diaspora from Portland and persons who are concerned that have raised funds for me to be able to do things that the government is not yet prepared to do. Greetings and welcome to Context Matters. The date is, check the date. What's the date? Okay, I think it's the 7th. No, the 6th. Yeah, the 6th of November, 2025. I could tell you a whole story of the first week of November and what happens in my life. Let me give it a joke as to why I was behaving like that with the date. So y'all know my brother Zambo, he's born on the 4th of November. For whatever reason, the 4th of November is like the worst, probably the worst day of my life. But my best brother born that day. So I don't know, maybe it's last child syndrome, not so last child anymore. But anyway, so the 6th of November happens to be my moderator's birthday. So everybody say happy birthday to walking in divine purpose. But I was trying to avoid the date, so I never have to big up nobody on this day. You know it already, but I saw it go. Big up yourself. You're about best month. Yeah, you know when my people just think you're special, right? Get over yourself. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff. Jamaica keeping up.
It's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
The night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just
all right, so That video was from Akeem from a TikTok video. Chances are they're gonna tell me that I can't use that video, but I'm just showing you that's Portland Eastern. That's actually Comfort Castle. Um, and so there are persons who will say that there nothing happened to Portland. So um, MP just a run off him mouth while the people in Portland saying MP I don't see you, MP you know who the people who saying they don't see me. But I show that video. Not gonna play it again because I may have to remove it after this, and the copyright people like to come for me. So anyway, but I did show it. Hopefully you saw it. If they say whatever, so I'm not gonna play it back. But to say this, there is a conversation to be had about the lived experience. Had a conversation with the prime minister about the lived experience. I want to say conversation because I asked him questions in Parliament on Tuesday, and he responded to me. But it's about how we just use statistics, mathematics, technology, um, videos, social media to determine what is harm, what is disaster, how somebody is supposed to feel about their experiences. Um, Gonna use that as a starting point to speak about recovery and rebuilding and how it is that those things are going to be properly defined and what is it supposed to look like. But what I will say is he who feels it knows it. As I'm talking to you right now, Portland Eastern people, as I'm talking to you right now, light don't come back in Portland. And you might see it in Prospect, and it's on Clinic Road, which is Smart Road, and it run through where Anchovy there because them a power station up there, so and wherever it reach, and it there Dolphin Bay, and wherever you see it, but it not in a Port Antonio per se, and people their livelihoods are suspended because they don't have light. They don't have internet, but yet Elon Musk send 600 Starlink and Portland to get none because everybody's saying Portland good. Well, I'm the representative. I'm the voice for Portland Eastern, and I'm sad to say, and for the PNP in the West. Let me say it like that. And being that voice means I have to speak out for them. Not to mention that's where I live in Portland. No light is there, and when no light no there, we already did have water issues, and when without the light, the tank where you have can't even pump the water. So a serious bottle washing bathing have to go on, and that it just can't work. Um, and what people need to understand is when you experience trauma, when you experience harm, people will say, "Oh, but your harm is not as bad as the other people's harm." Um, they say you must watch your words, but a human rights attorney, let me just explain something to you. Nowhere in the world can anybody question the Holocaust. No one can tell the Jews to forget it. No one ever questioned the trauma. It was real. Even to describe it is horrific. I want people to understand that. The Japanese will tell you about Hiroshima, and in New York, America, 9/11 people will tell you about the World Trade Center. Do they respond as much as the war in Iraq? Is there a united front on the Palestinian Israeli Gaza situation? I'm just in Jamaica, so I can't really respond. How is it? How do people feel across the Caribbean about the bombing of fishing boats. I don't know. You have to ask them when you see them. The lived experience. No. See, some Joy B asked me, will Portland receive 10 million? That's what we're talking about. No, because Portland has not been classified as one of the spaces that was struck by a category 5 hurricane in the man of Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, in particular, Black River, which currently is what they say is the worst of the worst. But you will, I'm sure in the coming weeks, people will curse and say, I get 10 million and women do with it and whatever, whatever. The usual persons with little matter where it's supposed to matter. And this is not context. This is about brain function that many persons lack. And the $10 million is Jamaican money, for those of you who don't know. When they talk about money is Jamaican money. And it's same thing in the conversation. I'm saying to the Prime Minister, listen, before the hurricane, I was allocated $1.5 million Jamaican, $1,500,000 to buy food for people in Portland who the hurricane is going to affect. Well, that turned out to be 300 care packages, and I gave out 600 care packages. So it means we put 1.5 on the 1.5. I want you to understand this. And that never even scratched the surface. If you listen to people, they said, me no do nothing, me no help them, me no come do nothing, or 1 and 2 say me no give PNP, so me give labor rights, so me only give PNP, and they politicize everything. But remember, the money comes from the government. And when I expend my resources or me try beg money, people cuss me. Our lady message me, I'm going to tell you her name. Let me tell you her name. I'm going to have to tell you so to understand the verbal assault that I get. And here is the message. Hold on, it's here. I need to find it. Yes, her name is Gloria Thompson from a email gpt0252@yahoo.com. She says to me, this GoFundMe is not true. I live in Eastern Portland, Jamaica, and there is no demonstration. There is no devastation. Fraud. So I respond and I said, I also live in Portland, Eastern, and I am the member of parliament. Be prepared to substantiate your baseless position as your email is defamatory. Her response, you send me the pictures of areas devastated by Hurricane Melissa. Proof is in the photographs as listed by communities and names. That is her response. Her name is Gloria Thompson, and she says she lives in Portland, Eastern. No, she was not my voters list. I know she never voted for me, but that's what she said she lived. And she had traced me about the GoFundMe that she did not support, she did not donate, but she's watching it and saying that I shouldn't be raising funds for the people of Portland. And she lives there. And the people of Portland don't deserve anything because nothing happened to them. This is somebody who said they live in Portland and no light, no dead. And every day every day they call me about JPS and they call me about water. I have to be trucking water to communities from before the hurricane, much less now. And the boys' home and the schools and wherever don't have it. And when I go and stand in parliament and beg, people say, oh, young MP, you don't worry yourself. And then you, Gloria Thompson, is demanding photographs because you say, no way, no damage. Tell me that. And you demand from me photographs. And say I showed the Comfort Castle a while ago, looking to see if I can show. Hold on, let me see if I find it. Hold on. Yes. And have to be having to say that, oh, you must show this and you must do that. And then remember, also have a communication team, and sometime when you say to Ishmael, send me the picture of them, and send them pan time. But that aside, I'm just saying to people, as we go along or whatever, that they say, show me the proof and this, and there are more pictures. I have to be rushing and showing people, but when people not have roof on top of them head, and they say to you, MP, I need 20, 35. No, hold on. Let me go for the paper because I want people to understand. I read things in real time. When they say MP, here is what I need now. RGETS. Yeah, 35 sheet of zinc, 16 feet, 15 lart, 10 by 10, 2 by 4, 2 1 by 6, 6 pounder, 2.5 wire nail, 300 roofing screws, 2 yard of flash band, 6 sheet edge, and 5 T111. Don't ask me what this is. A hardware store. I have to go for find those things. Why waste your time giving Gloria? Because I said, Gloria, I think you got a number. I think that's a song that was just saying Gloria was to go to back road, but I don't know. I'm not sure. You know that song? Gloria. But anyway, leave that alone. The point I'm making is so many things, and I saw videos of people saying, Flo, you must come take your dirty pole down, your post, or whatever. But anyway, I'm just letting people know that these things are real, and when certainly for me, I can tell you this for a fact, whether people want to know it or not. I am for the people. Everything I do as a politician is for the people. And the majority, my entire legal practice is to ensure that the constitutional, you found the key? All right. To ensure that the constitutional rights of persons are not violated. So people might sit down and think, say, this thing is you just get up and you want to talk about like you're idle. People think say you're idle, you know. And people say, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm gonna hear from you. Where you there? Where you do? Where you this? Where you that? And I'm saying to myself, you know, life is funny, you know. Because chances are from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, if you try to call me, I'm in court. Yeah? And if on a Tuesday, I'm in Parliament. And if I'm not in Parliament, I'm in committees, joint select committees. And so when people think that you're idle, I just wondered. And somebody said everyone is sheltered. Let me tell you something about tarpaulin. Right now, tarpaulin coming like ceramic tile. Yeah? Believe me when I tell you that. It's a commodity that people more than say them more than love and need. But I'm saying this so people can understand that the thing about equity distribution. I'm going to tell you two things. In the Constitution of Jamaica, yeah, it speaks about look, you know. Yeah, it did it. Don't move. Cause me want get it. See it here. Jamaican Constitution. Want to look. In the Constitution of Jamaica, you have 13G and 13H. I know where them is, you know, but we want people to understand that. The Charter of Rights, the Jamaica Constitution, right? Now, 13G says you have the right to equality, And this is 1332G, the right to equality before the law. And then you have the right to equitable and humane treatment by any public authority in exercise of any function. May I read that back again? The right to equitable and humane treatment by any public authority in the exercise of any function. Let us talk about what function is. Function mean if a hurricane come and mash up the place, the next thing to ask is, when things are given, them to consider you equitably. Yeah? Them to consider you and then to make sure say the sitting where you get it's similar to where the other people them get. You have that right. Constitutionally, that's the right you have. Some don't want nobody come feel like say when the government is exercising its function, what function are you exercising? The recovery and rehabilitation, when the government agencies are going around and considering that which they are to give people. Yeah? Somebody say off topic, but have the new MPs read the standing order, especially as a group? Tired of the narrative that the MP is not following the orders. Think it's a distraction. I like how you quoted section 18. Let me just say this clear, even though it's our topic, but let me say this. Isaac Buchanan is an attorney at law. Nobody no need to ask me if me read the standing orders or if what is in there. I know what is in there and I know about interpretation of legislation. And there are many times that the very people who draft the legislation don't know where it is. And you see when interpretation time come and it lick them right and touch them they don't know how to respond. I won't take it any higher than that, but to say when it comes to law, me are the wrong smarty. May I say that to anybody. Anybody think them bad, try me. No, let me say this. Try Jesus, don't try me. I said what I said. But anyway, we're getting back to this. A lion me want. We don't want no money gone. Anyway, the right to equitable and humane treatment by any public authority in the exercise of any function. So you see when Ministry of Labor and Social Security, me not talk the minister, the ministry. When the government agencies are going around and my colleague Vaz get up and say, he can't understand how things go a theme Westmoreland place and the one where was the former member of parliament get things. As to how you get things and you're not government, me not understand that. There's nowhere in the constitution where a candidate, a caretaker, a opposition caretaker, opposition in the fact that I know you win and you get government things to give out and you that no make no there that is unethical. It is many things I could say, but may I leave that alone and here's why I leave it alone. Because you see, anyway the people them are gonna get things, me not care who I give them. I'm not here to score any political points. So you see, if y'all don't want to give me the things then, but the people them are gonna get it, I'm good with that. Because you have those down there who, that look bad, that look tough. You have people down there that feel like that you should not be they don't like you because you're PNP and them are labor, right? They don't want nothing from you. A sad place, because also I see is an artist saying go down there and he might give you like mackerel and bull beef and them things there, and the people them must say no put no cup soup in the care package, no send no oatmeal, we don't eat them things there. You know feel sufferation. You're not grateful for any assistance that is coming your way. But here it is that persons are highlighting. There are people who are highlighting that bad. You have people who are highlighting sufferation and trauma. And then you have people who are not in need that is benefiting, while there are persons who are outside of the need. So I'm going to take this moment to say equitable, what man, equitable distribution. That means there must be equity in distribution. That is not a call for equality. And the Constitution, I read it both. It speaks about equality before the law, and the Constitution itself recognizes equitable treatment and knows the difference between equality and equity. And I realize that when I'm having conversations and I'm saying, and this is why context matters, when I say, hey, there must be equity in distribution, and say, shut up, because I don't want things in a Portland and not going on. You see it? That's why they shouldn't vote you in. You come talk about equity because you want things and only Westmoreland mash up. And I'm like, people, understand what people are saying. Understand what I am saying before you come on the attack. And at some point, that's why people must shy away from education, If you don't know what wants, stay out of the conversation. You look very dunce. Very, very, very dunce. Fully dunce. If you want to call it like that. You're not even in the classroom. Can't even say you're back at the class. There is a stark difference between equality and equity. So let's break it down. Equality is what somebody would say that there are 63 constituencies, and if you give one constituency $10, you have to give all of them $10. I would never, ever in life make that up. There are many factors, such as geography, such as constituency size, such as rural versus urban, such as distance, such as terrain, such as topography. I could use everything, such as development, such as access. Yeah, there are many things that people would have to look at. So at no time could the Prime Minister of Jamaica treat all parishes with equality. That would be the heights of dunceness reached and kept. Yeah? You don't need no flight to attain that. And you don't need no sleeping and toiling. So let's get back. So equality means that if you have $10, you give everybody the same amount. Equality is how parents must treat their children, and they don't even do that. So we now ask government to come across with equality. What we're gonna speak about though, yeah man, one bro God man, never two, 1 p.m. Your belly full now? Your belly full now? Tell me if you're happy now. Yeah? Anyway, after that now, we have to look at the reality and let's talk about it now. That is not a position that can be taken at any point in governance. Yeah? Not when it comes to a natural disaster. Equality is when the country is developed and allocations are systematic, kind of like the CDF. Every constituency gets the same amount of money. That is equality. But that's not equality for the people. And so there's this concept where Jamaica is somehow different than the people in it. But the people now wake up. And we just came out of election when they said choose Jamaica, and everybody get up and say, hey, 1 p.m., never 2. Well, that them saying in Portland, 1 ISAT. We're not afraid of nobody. And it burned them. So, I'm gonna fight. But here it goes. Yes, equity is ensuring that you meet people's needs based on their lot in life. So that simply means then that if you're damaged in Portland Eastern, there must be facilities to ensure that your life is restored, just as how persons want to restore the lives of the people in Westmoreland, Hanover, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Trelawney, and St. Anne. And I had an interesting conversation today. A young lady called me and said she's coming to Jamaica and she wants to help parishes that and communities that's not being highlighted by the media. She said, I'm from St. Mary and I want to do something, and Kevin Stew put me on to her. And I said, respectfully, ma'am, you are from St. Mary. St. Mary is also going through recovery. I cannot in good conscience tell you come and do it all in Portland and I drive through Junction and pass my brothers and sisters in St. Mary. And I also know that Chris Brown is responsible for St. Mary. And he has to assist persons, and they too need care packages and they need food. So equity in distribution is to make sure that everybody gets and they gets according to the need. And so the need is great in Westmoreland and it is great in the West. St. James, St. Anne, Trelawney, Hanover, yeah, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon. The need is great. We understand that, but it doesn't mean that the need is not also as great in particular areas. If you go to Millbank, and if you go to Comfort Castle, and if you go to Ginger House, if you go to Barracks in Fellowship, if you go to Bellevue, you will see for yourself, and communities along the way in Fellowship Division. And if you go to Manchonil as far as Reach, there's a tract out there that never leaves because it has to be clearing people who are marooned in their community. And for those of you who don't know that maroon don't mean Chief Curry and Chief Richard Sterling Upper Moortown. It means that the people them lack in and they need help to come out. Blockage. Kind of like someone to black up. Yeah? All that filth is marooned inside of you and you need to flush out the garbage. Just understand where I'm coming from. So anyway, this is the type of discussion that has to happen when we speak about Chris said maroon means trapped in a designated spot. Yeah, communities blocked from civilization because of, in this case, the natural disaster. But the equity that I speak of is why I had to, by consultation with the diaspora, and I can tell you, I didn't even look what it was before I come on this show, because walking in divine, happy birthday, you know, but see, she put the what they call it, she put this thing in here about the GoFundMe, and the GoFundMe link. You see it right there, sir? It's too big though, so I can't leave it up there because it's block me. I mean, I look good and I can't hide myself. But yeah, the GoFundMe link is there, and I'm not asking you now for go on like when you must put $1 million in the GoFundMe, you know. I know some of them are rich, but you have to spread the wealth. You understand? This is not for show. This is to help people. So we're not here to score points and behave. Somebody say, why are your eyes so red? Because I'm crying. Can't you see that? Can't you see I'm passionate about explaining the difference between equity and equality? That's why my eyes are red. Okay? It's not a laughing matter. So my eyes are red because I'm crying. I bawl my eyes out because I have to cry for my people because they're heartless. Yeah? They're heartless. People don't understand. And so my expectation is that people will donate to the GoFundMe. And the GoFundMe, let me tell you, and I'm making a compassionate plea to the diaspora and respect to those who are down here with me here in Jamaica, and you see the realities and you see what we have. But I'm not here to say no other place. You won't hear me say, oh, send money to Portland because St. Mary no need no help. It no mash up. There is a distinct there is a discriminatory tone from persons who come on and use their platforms to make a determination without being on the ground to see the lived experience. When you say something no mash up, you never know if the person from before Melissa did come we did have Zinc House and Chichi did a name out the board from before. So when the breeze come and say fe, everything fall apart. Them have literature books called Things Fall Apart. It's because some people did not waste them time and I take other things but them book. Them not understand context. Like Nikisha say, you don't understand personifications, metaphors, and similes. You understand? Your vocabulary, you're not a ruby losing your vocabulary. So when I say that somebody was Nikisha Moreno, where them get you from? Anyway, let me leave that alone. So you have to just be real. Yeah, hyperbole. But then we get in on the hyperbole. Anyway, listen. Literature nice. But in 2023, we get in trouble for literature. So never again will I say something is Shakespearean. Lest they try to take my life and my liberty. Yeah, I'm gonna look for myself to see where it is now. And shout out to Zambo, my brother, who turned 30. Zambo, who turned 30, the big 3-0. My little brother Zambo. I don't know if you're watching, but that's a joke, inside joke. Yeah, if y'all see him, y'all tell him happy birthday, Zambo. Happy birthday to walking in divine, but Zambo Buchanan, my little brother, turned 30. This is 30th birthday. So I don't know what knee pain feel like and thing, getting old thing and thing. Yeah, so see the GoFundMe is now at 11,308. So looking forward at the end of the show that you will send your $10 and $20 to the GoFundMe. The link is there. Want to do a ramp with me? I said, can you pin the GoFundMe? Me don't know if you do all them pin something there. Chase, you come here kissing your teeth. Let me do you a favor. I want to ramp with people who kiss them teeth around here. We just block them. I want to know why. 8 billion people in the world. You don't need to do over here, so. Yeah, I did that. So yeah, anyway, so that's basically what this conversation is about. But like I said, so let me tell you my little experience now, which was Tuesday. So I was in the parliament, and as usual, we have some technicalities that takes place in our parliament. Let me tell you what I mean. So how do I put this? The mic, the technology is not the best. For instance, if you want to talk and the mic turn off, you go in the back of the line, but also the speaker can turn off your mic and you still end up in the back of the line. So the speaker don't want to hear from you, I just hit that, you just back of the line. Back of the bus, Rosa Parks treatment. But you can't take it, it's like I said, again, it needs some more modernization where the speaker can freely. And in the alternative, people would have to raise them hand like them in the class and whatever. But long story short, I was able to, after the Prime Minister gave his presentation in relation to the hurricane and the stuff, the whole we want to call it its stimulus package and what the emergency fund would look like for the constituency. Setting the context of what I'm talking about today. Remember, we almost going into 2 weeks, if I can say that, because we get Tuesday past, so we're going this Thursday, couple more days, and it's 2 weeks. So we're gone more than about 9 days. We're 9 days in from the hurricane hit or whatever. And I must say to you that 8, 9, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I must say to you that, believe me when I tell you, it's not an easy feat when you're prideful. Most Jamaicans are confident, independent, even if the independence is not real. And then you find yourself in a situation where, as a able-bodied male or female, you're walking up and down and you're doing what you're doing and you're taking care of yourself. And while it is you don't have $1 million in the bank, you get up every day and you can feed yourself. You can bathe, you can put on your clothes, spray like a cologne, wear deodorant if you like those things. Some people like to smell musty, that's their thing. Brush your teeth if you like that, but either way, you're independent, you make your own money. If you don't want to brush your teeth and your mouth stink, that's on you and you do what you do. However, lo and behold, we just take one disaster. And people in America can tell you they have them jobs, sometimes 8 jobs, and then go on and go on and go on and go on, and then flu lick them down and everything fall apart. And if flu lick them down for too long and they miss 2 weeks of work, they miss the rotations, them car payment are gonna get messed up, them can't pay the light, them can't send home the remittance to mommy and granny and take care of the son because them did run off and want like a fake marriage, and the boy are going up and them can't get for them life just spiral out. Worse, a hurricane come spiral out your life and you're sick. But light gone and you did have your little ice cream business, and now see there, you can't even put the icicle and the Kisco on the freezer. So Sunday gone, Saturday gone, and your biggest day that car, all of the fat people they run out for the nutty buddy and the ice cream cake. You don't have nothing for sell because you're not no Delco. And your life fall apart. And people feel say, you not forget no help. You don't never forget a little Delco for gas up the freezer and send out the icicle. Especially because them love the green one down in a Portland, the icicle, and you can't sell it. And your life mash up not because of you, because of one bad event. Who thinks of you? Where's the equity in that? And so you have to be saying, listen, we have to keep people's lives together, because from the beginning, walking in the vibe and not repeating. Go sit down. Best. Play with me. Anyway, hold on. Let me preface
my best.
So again, so there's this big mic situation happening in the parliament, and it feels like musical chairs. It feels like let me not describe what it feels like. I'm just gonna leave that alone at this point. But I do know that I got up, gathered my thoughts to speak, and my mic turned off, and I sent to the back of the line. The same thing happened to my colleague Jess, and of course I said use my space, and by the time she was finished, my mic got cut off. It was hilarious, but and so I had to use the spot of Angela Brownberg, Comrade Angela, and long story short, I said to the Speaker of the House, indulge me with Section 18 of the Standing Order, which pretty much says it allows for explanation. So I said the interpretation of the relevant section was that I would explain myself to give context to the material that I intend for the questions that I wanted to ask the Prime Minister. And she said, no, young MP, I'm going to tell you something, man. She deal with me, but she never deal with me wicked. Plus, only know she's my favorite person in the whole parliament. So we can't do me nothing. Me I said this for years. I like our style. Anyway, moving on from that, I get up to ask my question. So it starts there. And let me share it now.
Tried my best. Very well. Um, Mr. Mr. Prime Minister, I have three questions for you. One, the context of equitable distribution. Portland Eastern sits in the east of the island, but there are communities that are marooned. And I heard in your statement, you made mention of the use of technology. And while we applaud that, technology sometimes cannot be a substitute for the lived human experience. So much so that in Portland Eastern, there are communities where all the roofs were blown off. And because it's not a parish that is labeled as affected areas, albeit there are places, as in different communities that were affected, because we are a coastal parish, as you understand. Will there be a committee set up to investigate the maroon areas so that they can be attended first in time, like the other areas that have already been designated as such? In keeping with the equitable distribution, if I am to continue with the theme of dealing with human dignity, Portland Eastern is now situated as the least among us, but the spirit of the Constitution speaks about protecting the rights of the least among us. Since those who are affected that are not a part of the classification of the catastrophe that my colleagues speak of in the name parishes, it is my question to you whether you will reconsider, because of geographical location, size of size of the constituency, whether or not an allocation can be reconsidered on a situation ethics basis. So much so that the allocation for water for Portland Eastern, and I don't see the minister in here now, the allocation for basic, he's engaged in conversation, but the allocation for even food. Prime Minister, I did the math. It's $195 million for care packages for the 39,000 persons on the voters list alone. Now, I'm raising that to you because the public is watching. I'm in no way suggesting that you give me $195 million to feed the constituents, but I'm not being political now. The reality is, in terms of food distribution, the 1.5 million would amount to about 300 care packages at $5,000. Realistically, Prime Minister, the question I'm asking to you is in terms of the equity in distribution, to ensure that persons are given the basic amenities, the basic necessities in keeping with ensuring that persons aren't excluded from the distribution. I would have raised in another forum in terms of the impossibility of government to take on the distribution by itself. It's just a consideration so that the Minister of Social Security isn't put on the back end when he's doing his best, that one understands that crisis. So a consideration that we are an island, we were all affected, and whatever mechanism is used to find the areas so the least among us is not suffering, because we are guided by the Constitution. I'm just asking you to consider that. And the last but not least, in keeping with the teachings of Jesus and situation ethics, is that we are guided to understand that at a time like this, Prime Minister, we don't see color. We don't see the political lines. And if we would communicate that to the public, that we are united on that front, then certainly when it comes to distribution, one understands that the cries that I make for Portland Eastern is as equally where the areas that are suffering from the disaster and the devastation, that they also are seen. Thank you.
Don't turn the mic off,
I know,
please. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, thank you for your
Member
indulgence.
from
My mic was muted. Sorry about that. I want to say that the concept of equitable distribution it's live. It's a part of the spirit of the Constitution. The persons who are actually doing the distribution from the government end are guided by the 1332H that speaks of what I would have set out: the right to equitable and humane treatment by any public authority in the exercise of any function. So the function, thank you, DC. The function that we're speaking about, is the distribution of public resources in a post natural disaster. The Constitution also speaks about the natural disaster. It speaks about how the country is to deal with it, right? Include in relation to an offense. No, period of public disaster means any period during which there is in force a proclamation by the Governor General declaring that a period of public disaster exists. Now, the period of public disaster is what I would say is evident in Westmoreland. I heard the Prime Minister say that he's not going to call a state of emergency, but it's not a state of emergency. It's a period of public disaster. The Constitution has a section for that, Section 20. That period of public disaster is merely to ensure that the government is able to circumvent the clogs and fetters, the red tape that is in place by governance. So in relying on the Constitution, we look and we see that this disaster, how them are gonna know it, them know the Constitution. Well, and the most I can tell you is that the Constitution is there for everybody to read. Somebody said, Mr. Isaac, can you say what or which style Juliet have that you like? Far as I see, most are not nice, especially to opposition. Dayton, think you need to point it out to her. No, I'm not in no position to point out anything to anybody. I think that people, you take people's personalities as they come. I think also that I'm unbothered by how people, individuals. I'm so confident in self that I'm not gonna be twice defeated in a lock-off mic. That's all. Not in the race of life. But what I must say to persons about the equitable distribution is that we're guided by the Constitution. We are guided by the realities that we're living right now. The lived human experience is something that only the person who is living in it can understand. And so when rich people like to talk about ghetto people, but those who have never been in the ghetto cannot cannot um appreciate. Like I think it was yesterday. There was some bomb rushing of food when food was given out in areas in Westmoreland. Um, what is the solution for these affected people, and what is the government plan? Right now, all I see is a whole bunch of entertainers launching them foundations and going around and giving away stuff. And the entertainers are doing a lot of the work that government has to be a little bit more exacting. So entertainers don't all entertainers have to do is pay taxes. Government has to account for the money that they spend, and the red tape to spend the money is rightfully there, because otherwise the money won't spend. So while the rich people who are the entertainers, who whether they can read and write or not, them have the money, and he who have the money is the one who everybody respects. They go around and they launch their foundations, and they go out and they give stuff, and everybody is applauding, and what people must understand is anybody that gives something is a hero. Anybody that gets up and give anything to anybody, let me tell you something, you're a star. Don't ever forget that. Yeah, the encoder is transmitting, and I've been it gone 5628 right now as we're talking. At 5:57, I am on. Kevin, I'm on, and it's transmitting. Some I don't understand. It's streaming for the last 52 minutes. For the last 56 minutes. Somebody couldn't tell me them not get me for Reggae Global Radio. What's going on? Yeah, so that's something that I just want to put out. I know that from on here, 977 people are watch me, I'm gonna see one person send me no money on the GoFundMe, so me so stop talk about it. But then deal with me good. Check it. Oh, all right. Yeah. So anyway, Nelly, I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block. Hey, Keisha, block Nelly for me. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's 5:59. So I think I'm gonna do this now. Yeah. Let me go back here and go here. I'm Isa Buchanan, MP for Portland Eastern. I want people to understand that there was devastation in Portland Eastern.
Best. Very well. Mr. Mr. Prime Minister, I have three questions for you.
I have it wrong.
One, the context of equitable.
I have it wrong. I don't think that's the one that I wanted. Hold on. Was devastated. They're gonna strike my video for this one, whatever. Anyway, I'll just take it out when the time comes. Yeah. Let me just do it, no matter.
Who are homeless as we speak. As it is right now, we are a country where resources are scarce. When it comes to the concept of support Jamaica and funneling all resources through the government, that is an impossibility and not realistic. So much so that I have gone on by taking guidance from the diaspora to start a GoFundMe. being on the ground in Manchester, being in Fellowship, Bellevue, Comfort Castle, Millbank, where there are just total disaster. And it is the diaspora from Portland and persons who are concerned that have raised funds for me to be able to do things that the government is not yet prepared to do.
Right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
Yeah, so the next thing that I wanted to have a conversation with guys about is the whole concept of causation. Now, just gonna share with you, and then you tell me what you think at the end of what I'm saying, because there's always method to the madness. So here's my thing. So in law, there's a doctrine called causation. The doctrine, and this is criminal law. So and I don't think I need to tell you the cases, but let me tell you what it looks like. So causation speaks about this whole concept of where you call this now? This whole concept of but for. So it has factual causation and legal causation. So factual causation says, but for the actions of something, certain things wouldn't be. I.e., let's apply it to this situation. But for the actions of Melissa, Jamaica wouldn't be a natural disaster, right? So it simply means then that we can basically say Melissa is the cause of why we are why we're experiencing what we're experiencing. I don't know if that make sense, but that's pretty much the reality as it is right now. So when we think about causation, we then go to what is called legal causation, and when we think about legal causation, we say we think about causation. We start to deal with causation, like finding out what the proximate cause is and whether that cause is the operating and substantial or operating and significant cause, exactly, and a proximate cause. So we can agree that Hurricane Melissa is the proximate cause, and then is it the substantial or operating and significant cause? And we will say that it is. The thing about the causation, though, is that there are some principles, at least 5 of them, that guides how the chain of causation can reset or whether the chain of causation can be broken. Well, somebody would say, but what do you mean, Isaac? What are you talking about? Well, here's how I look at it. Here's what I want people to understand, right? The very thing that we're talking about is pretty much that one particular thing. When it comes to, it says that uh, uh, um, the eggshell rule is where we're going with this. The eggshell rule speaks about taking your victim as you find them. Yeah? That I don't think that's an impossible position to be in either. Taking your victim as you find them. That's what the eggshell rule speaks about. And so I want people to also appreciate and understand that. Taking your victim as you find them. Good? And so who are your victims? Well, unfortunately, the government now is to take the victim as we find them. We're asking the government to take the victim as you find them. And as you find them mean anywhere them there. Wherever they are is the people, is them you must go take you, and them we are going to take. So I don't know if that is making any sense to you, but that's my position. You take your victim as you find them wherever they are. So what that mean then? Well, if the people of Portland Eastern, all their houses are blown away, they don't need to be in Westmoreland to be considered victims. They don't have to experience the category 5 ground zero, ground breaking, ground destroying. If a man live in a hut and him is not the wise man, so him build him house upon the sand, i.e. Mansion Hill Fishing Village, right? That's what they know. That's where they live. They're not going anywhere. Their boat is out there, their fish pots are in the sea, and they're living how they live. And then at the end of the day, nobody's not living thinking a storm is gonna come. So nobody's gonna go and even I can tell you this, even if you did insure your house, where sometimes you look on some of them insurance people here, them say, yeah, insure your house, but them say if fire burn down the house, then not pay it back. If the house flood out, then not pay it back. If you have a Marcus Garvey Drive and the water come up 10 feet, the insurance now go cover it. Like when you insure your vehicle, you would think that you insure your vehicle and then when your vehicle drive and it crash, them fix it. Them say no. If you are drive and your left eye twitch 2 times, them now pay out. If your son drive the car and him on 25, them now go pay out. If your father reach 79, them now go pay out. If your father glasses 50-50 in a 1 year and 15-30 in the next year, he can't drive your vehicle. If you get a girlfriend in the middle of the year when you have the insurance and you put her up on the insurance and everybody knows that the woman them can't drive. Blow! Anyway, and then she crashed the car, insurance said, we don't fix it. So the insurance wants you to pay all of the things that when time to pay out. Nobody want and say, Brighty, look, all the woman them vex, I will say the woman them can't drive. It's just an example. Context matters. Yes, walking in divine. If you could have drive, you'd have named driving in divine purpose. Don't bother with it. But anyway, I was just giving, hey, calm down. Calm down. I was just making, look, Diana. When you get distracted quickie, yes, Keisha, we know you do road from Westmoreland to Kingston once a week. Come now, don't get distracted. I was joking. I kid. Right? Okay, women are the best driver. All right, don't come on my page and tell no lie. Take that back. Anyway, but true something. I was just using that as an example from the insurance perspective. That so sometimes people just don't. Nobody is living our lives thinking that this natural disaster is going to come. There's nobody's doing it. I mean, in Jamaica, one would think blessings Anne Marie Graham. Nice of you to join. But one would never be sitting here thinking that there's some expectation per se that we would be living in a natural disaster. I mean, how many of you was around for Gilbert? I was. Um, it was a completely different experience when I was a child. So that Gilbert did come with lightning and thunder. Melissa didn't come with lightning nor thunder. It was just Faithful, you was 13. Damn, you was old. God dang, 13. Anyway, yeah. Annie said she wasn't even 4. Anyway, I'm just joking. And somebody said it was 8. I was 9. And she was 19. God damn, you about 100 now. I'm joking. But yeah, so nobody thought about that in 1988. And look, Berger says I was in belly. So see, Berger, you didn't know you was properly insulated, so you experienced Gilbert, but from in the belly. But you get the point. Nobody's expecting these things, and certainly I wouldn't listen. Jamaica, we survive the worst all the time. What we need to do is ensure that people recover, that people don't fall below the human index. That's what we're working for. And so remember, I am going to have to deal with the realities of going back into a space where there's no light. So where there's no light, there's no hot water. It's pitch black when night comes. The economy is stagnant as a result, and then people are left to function in this diminished capacity. That's what it is. Less than human being. Yeah, I used to attend Meadowbrook. You used to teach me, Faithful. Less than human. I don't know, human viability. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, it's like apples and orange. I come up to Parliament and I come into Kingston and light is functioning. Burger King are gone, Wendy's are gone, KFC booming, Starbucks is boxing. Yeah, man, I say all of the restaurant, them are restauranting. The supermarket, them have food on the shelf and everything gone back to normal in a Kingston, like you're there, Miami. And then you drive out and so the light post them pop down up in a rural St. Andrew and right across St. Mary through Junction back to Portland, the whole of West Portland, Lego, East Portland, pop down and they get in and light there if you run the clinic and probably a little bit in the hospital, I don't know. But then you realize what you're dealing with, and people's lives are also then comes the reality when we're thinking about rebuilding. Is it that we're supposed to say to a man whose house blown down by a little breeze that he must go back in a structure similar? Do you give him 10 sheets of ply and say, see 6 sheets of zinc here for the rooftop, see some nail here, board it up and go back, go live in. Don't worry about the floor, see linoleum here, put it where you can wipe it off and change from time to time? Or are we to now have the conversations that we have to put people in living conditions that is humane, that humanity required? And so that's something that we have to think about. But I can tell you, Jamaica, no money. The catastrophe bond, it sound whole heap and the Prime Minister and support Jamaica get 178 million and who give how much and who feel good how much money that them give. But I can tell you this, when you have $400 million and you split it across 63 constituency, whether you do it equally or equitably, this little bit of money come down. And if at all material times, if politicians were to only focus on the voters list, it would mean that not necessarily who vote for you, but all the people on the voters list, which don't include the people who are not. And yeah, UK give $500 million and the billions and all of that. That sound good. But can we put people in livable, functioning houses, especially when you have almost 3 to 4 or 5 parishes completely destroyed, or 5 constituencies across how many parishes are completely destroyed? And when people are telling me to tell my constituents that they are to wait, and anytime a government official say wait and be patient, me want to say SYM. But in these days, they say you can't say these things because it's hurtful for somebody to say you must wait. Wait on what? Moses? Wait on the return of Jesus to get back to basic human dignity? What are we waiting for? Wait on the artists them to come and say, oh, the devastation, here's my video. Come, you get a person, you come and let me give you something. Is that what we're waiting on? So empty people can feel like they're doing something. I'm just telling you. I'm not. And again, context matters, because I know they will cut this up and then make it look like I'm saying something bad. Everybody that is donating is a star. For whatever reason people are donating, even if it is not genuine, every single person that donates is doing something great. And when God put it on people's heart to donate, because we see where God did do fear right now, fear hard to make sure say Moses could have walked out of Egypt with the people. So I understand that. No, I don't need to put my glasses on, and I'm not to do that. I'm seriously feeling the emotional realities of what is going on as I'm talking about it, because I get the calls all day, and I mean today a lady messaged me and say, hey, it's been days now and the clinic road is blocked and nobody's coming. It's the first I hearing that road is blocked, and I cleared it today. And she said thank you, and I mean telling me thanks to do something that I feel it's my obligation to do as a member of parliament. And like 10 million is for the people who is in the major places. My constituency not getting $10 million. Hear them say not do it, and we are no nobody when nobody no need to come there. So they put it all on me for the people and cost me. I'm gonna say, all right, no problem. We'll take the cussing. I saw it go, no problem. No problem. We'll deal with that. I will take it. But what is left for me to do? What is left for me to do is to ensure that to the best of my ability that I can help people. So I have the more food packages. Spoke to the minister, Colonel Charles. We'll see if I get some from there, and I will continue to do what I can do within my capacity as an opposition MP that everybody says that must get sabotage and must look bad. Because if that's what people think it is about, then fine. Because I know me, I get hurt. It's the people. No, well, them can say the other party will do this and the other party will do that. What I can tell you is I was down there and there was no hurricane when people were suffering. I was on this very platform last year when liquor rain fall and is this platform give me must $22,000 to buy mattress and everything, mattress and water tank and cell phones to put people life back together. My memory not short, you know. My memory is not short, and I was opposition, and I now have to ask in terms of the way people suffer when liquor rain fall. And when me did young, you know, and people say, you know, sleep, water in your bed. I never know in a real life say water could in a people bed and not piss them up, piss it up. Benny say lying lawyer, look at that. It's the funniest thing ever, you know. And if you respond the way you're supposed to respond, people say you're not being a statesman. But I'm going to do you a favor, Benny, because you look a man. And it's wrong page you're there on. Yeah. Anyway, move it on. So when you look on the realities like that, it's always a situation where you have to just ensure more than ever that you do your part. You know, you drown out the noise, because it's many things they say that I couldn't do and I got it done anyway. And so all that is there for me to do is to make sure that those who do have a roof over them head, that them get back a roof over them head. But it's not just a roof. You have to consider that when you're putting on back your roof, it come with hurricane straps. So roof not just lift up off of your head when little breeze blow. I mean, I say little breeze because them say no breeze never blow where Portland there, no. Portland no get it like how the West get it. Right? Yeah, no, exactly. Chosen. I'm telling them, I wasn't an MP when I got the mattress for them last year. I was not MP when I was giving children, was giving people tablets. I was not MP at the time when I was ensuring that people uplift them life. And I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to continue to make sure people get their grants and people try to be independent as fast as possible. Because if every time something happened, the Prime Minister said to me yesterday, you know, youth, you might as well say youth, even though we are youth. You can't take care of all the people. MP work is not to take care of all of the people. You help some, not all. And I said, I'm glad you came here and you told me that, because I thought I had put the S on my chest and I put my cape on and I go down there to change everybody's life and save everybody, whether or not they voted for me. And that has always been what I said. And from I was a human rights attorney, I said, I'm helping the least among us and helping everybody, whether you like me or not. I am there to make sure, say, you know, if you're a Jamaican, you must get, in my view, a piece of this rock, and you must experience human dignity in your lifetime. That's me. That's my compassionate plea to somebody who is a Jamaican. The blessing and the gift from God to be a Jamaican. The resilience that comes from us. So I would just put it out there, you know, because it's the same thing. I can tell you this. I run a campaign, and there was people that I asked for assistance that never came. And there will be people that you speak to every day that they don't believe in you. They'll say things like, you're a lawyer, why you want to be an artist, why you want to be an MP, you just want to be everything. Your ambitions far exceed you. Stay in your lane. Leave things to people that's out of your thing. You know, to say your father is a artist. No, you want to come be MP. Yeah? Those words coming from a dirty foot. Where God bless. But people sometimes, because they don't want it to be more than them, they will talk down into your life. And so one of the biggest things, the biggest crime in Jamaica is poverty. Because it will make people who have money when they're more than you feel that they're more than you. And so they want to keep you poor so that your greatness don't shine through. And when you tell people that I want to be in a position to help people, they don't want you there because they know you're going to help people. And it's the very people that you help, they're going to wake up. So my job is to wake up people and wake up the greatness in the next generation, and wake up people and make people know that suffering is not of us. Suffering is not of us. So when somebody say, why your eyes red? My eyes red because the people are going through sufferation that they don't have to experience because the little bit away where they are is greedy. Right? So I mean, I know one of the greatest things, is I know my brothers and sisters I'm talking to. Remember, I come back to Jamaica, come back to Jamaica. I'm putting it nicely. I deport them, deport me. Otherwise, I'd be a diaspora. Yeah, I say it like that. And many people right now, the very people where say only they are foreign now, them expect to come and rescue. And then they do it out of love because they don't know what is out there. They don't understand. Yeah? That is the reality. But one thing I learned, see, a fool and his money will part. We only have one life. A man cannot be a king without his subjects. If you mistreat people, you might think that you're sitting on a throne, but you're sitting on an empty chair. Because there's nothing greater in this life than love. And many people will never experience that because they're not loving at them. Them heart is not clean. And there are things that people do that cannot be undone. Go read the Bible and look at Moses. Moses lead a whole generation, a whole sea of people out of bondage and lead them to the promised land and couldn't walk in the promised land because he was a murderer. And God make him do the work but never left him in, but never put him in. And Moses, that didn't mean that Moses wasn't a great man, but people must ask why he never make it to the promised land. And so I only raise this, you see, because God uses people. With God use people. Just like I know God is using me. And whether I make it to the promised land or not, I know. So because I know that God is using me, I'm obedient. And because I can call on God, I'm good with that. And I'm just sharing that because at the end of the day, people find a lot of things that's happening in this world, in this life. They don't realize that it is people's lives that hang in the balance. Right? And one there was a time when I thought, I used to sit down and I said, boy, God, why would you make these things happen to me in my life? This is just so unfair. But you see, when you write, your rites of passage is what prepares you for what God wants you to do. And God don't call on everybody, So people can vex if they want, and people can say whatever they want. You don't call on everybody. That's something I learned. And so I'm not gonna cause people to make me lose my blessing. There are times I have to call people and say, no, I'm gonna make me lose my blessing, So I do everything I'm not gonna do because I know the demon jump from weak spirit to weak spirit. Him just jumping on the weakness that is man. From person to person, demon to demon. And people whole temple is welcome demons. They sleep with demons too. They don't have no respect for themselves and don't have no respect for the temple that is their body. Which is why they drink and they smoke and they over consume and disrespect the temple and lose the spiritualness that is inside of them. So I just listen. You can message me on TikTok, you can message me on YouTube. You message me on TikTok, I send you the right number. And so I observe, and I observe how people compromise their integrity for short gains. Life is a long time, and when you put your head on the pillow at night, I shouldn't even say that because there are people that go into them bed tonight, the rain is falling and they're not on a shelter, them not have no roof over them head. And I hear people talking about weight, and the media only goes where is sensationalism. So there are still communities that all know people don't hear from them families because no Starlink no go there yet, and no internet no come back, and no light no come back. Furthermore, come back to what? But you have some idle people when have bathed from how long, find battery to go up on TikTok to say where the MP for Portland Eastern Day. When the people in Western Portland see me more than anybody in Jamaica. So me now will only say what I have to say. And see King Kong say me chat to mouth, what am I doing? Lock your ears, stink mouth King Kong. Come from my life and say me chat too much. You forget I'm a lawyer and they pay me to do that. You forget that. You come and ask me what am I doing? When something I tell you, you're the product of a turned condom. Get off my life. Yeah. Anyway. So for that, I will say to people, yeah, and understand this more than anything else, that we must do our part in such a way that the least among us are reminded or is reminded that they too form a part of this society. And even this thing about build back. Some of us never had nothing, no foundation in the first place. The opportunity to be included is what we're looking for. Because look, we had a homeless problem, and now there are more people that's homeless. Right? That these are the things that's important. Right? And these are yo, why don't take everything for joke? Right? No, but people are acting as if, people act like Portland not affected, and then people say I'm not doing nothing. If it's not affected, I should have nothing to do. Let's put it in context. Jamaica has said nothing has happened to Portland. If nothing is wrong with Portland, then I have nothing to do. So why are people on here asking me what am I doing? If it is said in the media, national media, nothing is wrong with Portland. I even hear Andre Stevens, partner Draw TV, say, nothing no do Portland. How are you coming on my life to say, me nah do nothing? What am I to do if nothing is wrong with Portland? Wanna tell me that? Since context matters, and it is media, whether it is social media, mainstream media, or state media that pushes the narrative. But you know the good thing about it? I sit in the House of Parliament, and my colleagues, I speak to them, and they know. My friend them, me I gonna say that now. How wanna feel? So they know. So I will advocate for the people, and the people that put me there, and even the one them when never want me go there, I'm there for them. Portland is my responsibility, and that's who I will speak for. So if you're not from Portland, you not even have to, you not even have to day in Jamaica and ask me what me I do, and you don't like me. And see, Nadine Panton says, I am asked if we are not affected. How come 4 trees fell on my house? There you go. There you go. If they're not affected, how come 6 tractor me up on the road right now and who don't know who I got pay? How come? How come people volunteering to do the work? Tell me how that go. And people like to get up and say nothing no wrong with Portland. But see it you know, a Kingston me there. Yeah? And while me there, the people of Portland go say, me see you on live and light in your house, you gone left way and leave with you suffer. Cuss them and cuss me and throw mango pack. If you throw pear, make sure you bring a 6-pack, a banana bulla with it, and run the pear too. So if you stole me with pear. Jackie, if you hear me, send my pear, because we in at the place tomorrow. Bulla and pear for the weekend, because I can't cook. Yeah. Beulah. Beulah and avocado. That's how we call it. It's a Melissa delicacy. Yeah. So you can say whatever you want to say, but you can't shut me up and stop me from talk. I'm in a shorter talk either. I know time, place, and form of convenience. I know all of it. So you can say whatever you want to say, but me know what my mandate is. I'm not say no. See the 1,400 people. Me not say no. Say when you donate nothing. You not tell me about the duns and things that was smaller. Hey Dayton, man, you get everything, you know. But even then, I couldn't be mad because that's why I'm showing you how life is funny. Because I hear my gen say stand up in a parliament and talk, and I tell you so when tears lick the man. I feel it. Because on top of that, he have to experience the dead bodies, and he's a doctor. He's a creature of saving lives. Ask your favorite person in parliament to donate ISAT. But don't ask her to tell her husband to run some money on the mind on the business. And her constituency is affected too. All of us, all constituencies are affected. And that may I try to tell you. So when you try to politicize everything, right? And people forget, how do you politicize a hurricane? How do you use political pageantry with a hurricane? How do people try to score points in a hurricane? How do people try to gain popularity for a hurricane? Tell me that. How do you go in campaign mode in the middle of a hurricane? What kind of heartless scumbag could you be to try to score political points in the middle of a hurricane? And I can tell you, I was in the parliament yesterday, and I never see that happening in the parliament. So it's the people who fall outside that is politicizing, because them think say them heartless, them disconnected from empathy and compassion and humanity. That is something me don't know what else to say about that. That is something completely different. And big up to all who just donate a while ago. All of the people them. It's say anonymous, but big up Marveline McLean, big up Vela Lovell, big up Anne-Marie Blagrove, yeah, big up Sharon Fenton, big up Joan Levine, big up Eileen Francis, anonymous again, Al Roden, big up Perlin Graham, Horace Stevens, Grace Palmer, Gregory McPherson, Maureen Williams, big up. That's what I talk about. Those of you who listen and those of you who understood the assignment, big up to all those who just donated on the GoFundMe. And we say we are helping people them. Yeah, somebody said, MP, do you know why no lights are back on in the town area? Yeah, town as in Portland. So the light is back in Prospect because the power came all the way from St. Thomas to ensure that the clinic on Smart Road get light and surrounding areas. Lights not in the town because St. Mary mash up. But because the media is not reporting that St. Mary mash up and that them working to bring back light from all the way from Stony Hill come down through Junction, then that's why with no light is not in Portland as yet. And like the light wire them mash up too all across West Portland and them working assiduously to fix it. And again, as our friend Abby said, it passed me though. Boy, it passed me too. Kind of like no there my yard. I mean, think we live in a high class area, but I guess no go so. Melissa, no discriminate when it a mash up, wait for mash up. Somebody Stony Hill and me yard. You're there in Stony Hill or you're there far. You look like you're there far. Look how you look nice. Jules, bless up yourself. Yeah. Cho thing. Anyway, the GoFundMe, boy, humble, you have to either go on the YouTube and you will see it. Go over to the Context Matters YouTube. A moderator have it up. I don't know how to sell it to it. Or if you go on my Instagram, the Isaac Buchanan, you will see it. Yeah, man, light there, Allen Avenue too, but I know, light is not everywhere. It's rough, man, rough. Yeah, because the courthouse is on the side closest to going back. That's Port Antonio going back to Norwich side. Thank you, and big up to all those who supported a while ago. I appreciate you. Looking forward to some more before Benny said me chat too much again. The Carlington, me and you go cussing because my video go get strike because me not get the right one and you give me something. You give me something for Carlington for say I'm a woman date. Hey, Carlington, get off my phone. Me not play that game there with you. Stop following internet. Yo, why for the mandate? All right. We're done. Oh boy, that was hilarious. Anyway, yeah, Carlington, you give me the wrong. I myself be Canon MP for Portland. Yeah, the wrong thing. When I download it, it's the wrong thing. Let's see, come up. Oh, you just see it now. All right, let me try to share it. Let me try to send a copy to this. Is that, yeah, I see it. Oh, sorry, people. Sorry. My bad. Anne-Marie Blagrove. Yeah, me tell you thanks. Me see it. I true something. I did see it. I check it again. Anybody else that donated, just drop and say I just donated, yeah? And then we can I can big you up right now, right in front of everybody. You understand me? You get me?
I'm Isaac Buchanan, MP for Portland Eastern. I want people to understand that there was devastation in Portland Eastern. There are persons who are homeless as we speak. As it is right now, we are a country where resources are scarce. when it comes to the concept of support Jamaica and funneling all resources through the government. That is an impossibility and not realistic. So much so that I have gone on, by taking guidance from the diaspora, to start a GoFundMe. Being on the ground in Manchester, being in Fellowship, Bellevue, Comfort Castle, Millbank, where there are just total disaster. And it is the diaspora from Portland and persons who are concerned that have raised funds for me to be able to do things that the government is not yet prepared to do.
I was saying, yeah, the GoFundMe is up there. I guess the best thing for me to say is to look on the YouTube. All right, thank you. Pants foot. May I look for pants foot when me done. Me see Don Foot today, and it relates to Don Foot, the attorney pants foot, asking for a friend. Yeah, so that's really how that's the reality in terms of what's to be expected when we look what we're doing. But yeah, man, and Marie, I did say thank you. I'm seeing your donation as well. So feel free. Remember, $10 is a lot, $1 can save a child. Can do that too. Yeah, so pants foot. Yeah, Don Foot, pants foot. Foot is a foot, though. I'm asking for some contract for College of Agriculture. I can't hear from my brother. Oh, contact for case. Send me a message, and when I go there tomorrow, and I pass there, I will look for your brother. All right. Yeah. So people, I will just say this because we're like 2 hour 10 12 minutes before the end of the show, and I just want to again just remind people, you see, about the importance of in my mind what I feel is important is to understand that at a time like this, every help is welcome, every assistance from everybody. And I will text it to you at the end of the show. It's prime time. If you send me a message, as soon as the show is over, I'll personally send the link to everybody who is asking for it. If you send me a message, thank you in advance. But every single person, there is no criticism for anybody who donated, especially if you donated and you really did it. Like, and I'm not talking about to me. If you go on to support Jamaica and you support them, if you go on anybody who had a GoFundMe and you support them, if you're from St. Mary and you support the MP from St. Mary, any one of them from Montague to Chris Brown to Omar Newell, if you support Portland and you send all of the money to Darrell Vaz, or you send the money to me, whether it be GoFundMe, Zelle, whether it be directly to that one MP, and you send it for the people, you have done a great deal. It's one Jamaica. One Jamaica. Yeah? And the real discussions, the real discussions, like you say, remember they say you wouldn't get the money. Listen, the money is not for me. Every time, and let me explain this sooner real quick. When it is that the government, when there was drain cleaning and the government sent $5 million, the money went to NWA, and the NWA people, they are the ones who spend the money how they want to spend it. And they said, this is emergency, we don't have to talk to you. And when they said they don't have to talk to you, they said, which drain you want? And I said, just clean that one. And they allocate the funds. It's not me. I don't get government money in my hand. And everything I account for. No, here's so look, somebody saying, how do I plan to spend the $5 million? The $5 million was spent without me having to say or do anything. So I don't understand how you texting to ask me that. No money, the $1.5 million that Dr. Andrew Holness allocated the constituencies, it went straight to a particular supermarket and they gave out the food and the food was distributed. Me not get $1 to spend. Understand that. And the red tape that comes with and somebody said Port Antonio really needs the drains clean. The drains were clean. I cleaned them. Parish Council clean drains. NWA clean drains. And all who want to take videos and pretend that is them do it, they can do that. I'm not a clown. You go and get me to go and act like I'm not a drain cleaner. You're not gonna see me jumping down in any drains and cleaning it myself. I'm not Heigl, brother. It's I'm not gonna take work from the professionals who know to do it. Right? Food for the poor is down there giving out food as well. And the food for the poor give it to the government. And with all things, I can tell you this right now. When people politicize charity, that is how the people suffer. And I can tell you, if you want to politicize charity and make the people suffer, to make me look bad, that is on you. And that is why I take it upon myself, again, from guidance from people in the diaspora, and I raise funds through the GoFundMe. Keisha, Tamia is asking where can she find the GoFundMe. Please assist her if you're still on. And that's what I do. I never ever people have always put stumbling blocks in my way, and I step over them. I'm a giant. I'm an African giant. I don't know why people don't understand that. You can't small up Isaac Buchanan, so get over yourself by now. You can't small me up. I'm God's people. Well, I just have to make people understand that. Thanks to God, all when me in a prison, I have never gone to my bed hungry. Want people to understand that. And yes, I know what it is to be hungry, but not because there wasn't food, but because I had an appetite for a particular thing and didn't get it. Because I don't feed my body anything. I'm not near pork and beef. Look, somebody's like, you damn KFC though. I don't eat KFC anymore. Hey, Samantha, don't buy no KFC for me. Hey, Cass, those try style me with no KFC. When I am them things there. Unless it's late and nobody no cook on them things, you know. Anyway. Look, Dela said jerk pork are the best. Fire for the pork. Anyway, but to each his own. To each his own. And that is just the truth. And yeah, I was being very sarcastic. KFC nice, you see? Is it the barbecue chicken and the coleslaw, them things there? Yeah. Well, me nice as summer go on. But anyway, so it is what it is. The effort is a community effort, it is a group effort, it's collective effort. If wherever you are, if you don't feel like donating the money and you want to go to the supermarket and you're a couponer and you know to cut out the coupons and you know to collect the items, put it in a barrel, ship it. Up until December 31st, the barrels that you ship, we're not paying no taxes for the stuff. We collect them and we distribute them to the people. And when it comes in abundance and I can help my brothers and sisters in another parish, believe me, I will. That's a human rights nature in me. But I also understand about equitable distribution. If everybody helps Westmoreland, what about St. Elizabeth? If everybody helps Trelawney, what about St. Elizabeth? If everybody helps St. Elizabeth, what about Westmoreland? And so we have to distribute equitably, and we have to think about persons who nothing happened to their house, but everything happened to their livelihood. You have to think about the farmers and the fishermen who lost their pots and lost their crop. You have to think about the lady with the ice cream shop. Is holy for them in Portland, and no light no down there, so them can't sell the ice cream. I'm not trying to laugh about it. This is true. And you have to think about able-bodied men and women who get up and they live and survive day to day. There's no day to day to survive because the economy dead. Already they were in a dead economy and bouncing around. But when no light, no dead, everything done. No little night work now go on either. And so I think oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. And Lisa Reed, let me see if I said this right. Lisa Reeves, big up to yourself for the Zelle donation. Appreciate you. If you did send money by Zelle, you can send me the receipt, or you can just let me know that you did so. Right? Okay. I got that. Reply all. Yeah, man. And so that is that. And I just want to say thank everybody for December 31st is the extension. The November 28th was the deadline, and it actually was now extended to the 31st of this. I'm hoping it can be revisited after that. See, somebody said, who is helping Trelawney Southern? Trelawney said the MP and council persons are nowhere to be found. Yeah, but they say that a lot, you know. I saw yesterday persons was cursing Dwayne Vaz, and Dwayne Vaz stood up in Parliament and was crying out for resources and got resources. And everybody is doing their job. I'm not here to behave like I'm defending government, but I don't think there's no MP that is sitting down doing nothing. Certainly on the people PNP side, I talk to them every morning at 9 o'clock, and I know the brainstorming and the work that everybody is doing, and people are in the field, and people are in spaces where there's no communication and no Starlink and who not get none cause government give who them want give, and all kind of schisms. So don't think. And the same thing, the Southeast St. Elizabeth MP, the man traumatized him, lose him farm and lose him house because he lived down there. And he is government, and he was locked away because there's no internet, so nobody could highlight his disaster. Everybody is one Jamaica now. We're a small island, we little, but we Talabah. But yeah, we little. So if damage in the west, it's going in the east, and it's going in the central, it's going everywhere. We're an island. So this is a one time I'm going to defend every single MP and said everybody is working. And there will be conversations where people say you're not working because you people just not gonna see. They're not gonna see you. But hear me, my people. Politics not in at the time. Anne Marie Vaz donate to you already. She's not gonna do. She donate to Westmoreland. She vexed with East Portland, so she's not gonna donate to East Portland. But anyway, that's not my business. I'm simply here to say that everybody is working, all hands on deck. This is not a political initiative. We worry about politics when election time come around next time. Right now is about restoring people's lives. Anybody that wants to donate, when you can message me after the show, when you can message me on TikTok, message me on YouTube. Is walking in divine purpose birthday, but she monitors the YouTube. She's the moderator, best moderator upon YouTube. You know, ask Christ. Or message me on TikTok. I'm gonna answer them all now, and I'll send the link to anybody that wants to donate. Thank everybody for listening. Appreciate each and every one of you. I think I had played content that may very well cause this YouTube to be strike whatever, or whatever. I'll do my best to delete the portions of it that was not legal, and definitely I will see you guys next week, or for those of you next week on Reggae Global Radio, even though I hear that it didn't connect. See you guys maybe tomorrow, or see you guys as I continue my drive to road to 100,000 US. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, big up on yourself, everybody. Big up on yourself. And Sikisha is saying the YouTube can be pinned, so copy it when it's posted. All right. So blessings, everybody. This is Context Matters on November 6, 2025. One more month left in the year, you know. Yo, you know, say on the 10th was my presentation in Portland. A year gone by that quick. Unbelievable. You know, big up on yourself, yo. That's all I can say.
It took some time to understand. Yeah. Just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to face the world with your head screwed on. But in time you will see it comes naturally, like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way. But if you need a helping hand, just call on me, I will be your friend. And when it gets hard to face the world with your head screwed on, just tell yourself you can. And that's when you'll understand that the hurt and the pain, it's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You gotta keep on moving on. Don't let no one stand in your way. Gotta keep on pressing on. As we pray for better days, keep it moving. Moving to the next. When they try to bring you down, we gotta take it to the next level when they come around. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. Just keep your head up, yeah. Just keep your head up, yeah. Gotta keep your head up, yeah. Cause everything's gonna be alright.
Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Cause everything's gonna be alright. right.